My name's Tara Garnett and I run the Food Climate Research Network at the University of Oxford. There are many problems and they're well recognised, and I think perhaps the most central problem is that despite the fact that they're well recognised, not enough is being done to address them. But if we sort of go through the massive great list, one obviously major problem is the fact that our food system breaches planetary boundaries. It's responsible for about a third of global greenhouse gas emissions. It's a major cause of deforestation and biodiversity loss, the main user of irrigation water, and its use is unsustainable, and cause of soil and water pollution and so forth. And then on the health side, we have the fact that the food system does not feed people adequately or effectively. So we have the triple burdens of over, under and malnutrition. Added to which, although the food system is a source of livelihoods for billions of people worldwide, many of those jobs are in appalling conditions, very low paid, insecure, and so on and so forth. So we have all these problems in the context of a growing global population, a rapidly urbanising population, shifting age structures and so forth, which will have huge implications for what we consume, how we produce, and who is going to be doing the work in the coming years. I think to start with, civil society, the amount of work that civil society has done so far needs to be recognised. I certainly wouldn't be working in the field that I work if it wasn't for civil society and the awareness that it has generated over really quite a long period of time. So there is this recognition now that global food problems are connected, the environment, health, jobs, equality, they're all connected, as though this was a new thing when civil society has been banging on about this for ages and ages. So I think it's important to recognise what they've done so far. I think there is a role now for more concerted efforts to focus on consumption and the fact that unsustainable consumption patterns drive unsustainable production systems. And I think the other thing to point out is that while food is a major issue when it comes to consumption, there are consumption issues that we need to be thinking about across the board, whether that's transport, the built environment. And I think there is a role for civil society to point out that while food is very important, the bigger malaise, which is unsustainable consumption patterns across the board, there needs to be more joined up working across civil society and among organisations who are working on ostensibly different areas of concern, because they are connected. Well, I think the academic sector is absolutely essential. I suppose that's why I'm in it. That's why I've chosen to work in it, because I think civil society is really good at getting issues on the agenda, asking really awkward and necessary questions, and always asking the so what question, as in, so what does this mean? So what should we do about it? So what should policymakers do? But sometimes they get it wrong because their approach may be overly simplistic. And I think when it comes to academia, it's not just the devil that lies in the detail, it's God that lies in the detail, and that the nuance and the balance and the real focus on the robustness of evidence, rather than if something looks nice so it must be true. Academia has a role to play in saying, well, hang on, just because it looks nice doesn't necessarily mean that it's the right thing to do. So I think there's a happy synergy between the kind of get a move on approach of civil society and the more careful intellectual consideration that the academic sector can provide.
Great, thank you, Tara.